So this is from maybe like a week before the season ends, a bit less than that, and it's just like the general distribution of LP in Master and Challenger. But I think the histogram's a bit more interesting. There's a huge number of people between 0 and 50 LP, which obviously is the cutoff for Masters. But there's also more than you would expect, like around or just above 400 LP, which I think is the cutoff for Challenger. So, what I think this means is people care about their rank. Because if they didn't, you wouldn't expect to see something like this with the big spikes anywhere, especially where there are enough people in the sample. So, maybe not at like 1000 LP plus, but at like 400 LP, you would expect that it's monotonically decreasing, meaning each bin in the histogram is lower than the one to its left. But if you look at the ones for Master and Challenger, that isn't the case. Actually, one reason for there being so many people between 0 and 50 LP might be that if you lose at 0 LP, you don't necessarily get demoted. So, just in terms of MMR, there are more people in that bin than there should be. But like regardless, there are more people than you would expect at like 400 to 500 LP, which is basically what you would shoot for if you wanted to end the season challenger. So what's happening is people are grinding solo queue and hitting say like 400 LP and then asking themselves, okay, like I could keep playing and maybe I'd climb, but maybe I'd drop. And I don't really care about the difference between 400 and 600 LP, but I really don't want to drop to 200 LP, so I'm just going to stop playing. So my guess is once people get to low challenger, they just camp their spot, which is why there are more people than you would expect from where it is on the histogram. And I'd also guess that this will get more pronounced by the end of the season. Like everyone from 200 to 400 LP is just going to spend the last like 48 or 24 hours of the season in a sort of like mad dash to get challenger. So it's probably going to be even more pronounced by the end of the season, um, with most people either low master or low challenger. Because if you're like 200 LP, you don't care about the difference between finishing like mid masters or low masters. It makes much more of a difference if you finish master or challenger. So you might as well just go for it. And for similar reasons, people who have gotten to challenger are happy just sitting there. Um, Also, I think another reason is some people are purposely playing in Masters because like you can duo queue in Masters but not Challenger. So once they hit Challenger, there'd be no reason for them to play on those accounts anymore. Um, and so when the season ends, they'll probably duo queue to Challenger as well. And something sort of unrelated, but at least for NA Challenger, mid is the most highly represented role. That's not surprising, but it did surprise me how high top was. I think that might be because of like carry tops like Jace, Kennen, Akali, Urgot. I don't know. Those champs can carry pretty hard in solo queue, but I'm still not really sure why top is so high.